Hi everyone, welcome to Spilling Tea with Susie. I am here with Calina. We are doing a second round because the first round was kind of a mess, let's be real here. So here we are, and everyone say hello to the beautiful Calina. Hi!
Hello! How's it going? Wait, are we streaming on Twitch?
We are.
Is that where I messed up? Oh, okay. I was totally in the wrong. I want to follow chat. I was in YouTube. It's like, where is it? My bad.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I switched over to Twitch because I actually, I get ad revenue over here. So
Nice. Nice. That's a great reason for doing it.
I know, right? Yeah, so I get a lot of people being like, oh man, there's an ad. And I'm like, oh man, but I got 3 cents. So
Hey, 3 cents means a lot.
I know.
When it adds up, yes.
It adds up. And then you know what I do? I go grocery shopping.
Can't even buy a candy bar with 3 cents. You'll get there. Gotta add it up over time.
It adds up. Yeah, it adds up. Oh my gosh. Hello everyone in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Are you guys ready for a super fun evening with little Jackalope?
Woot. Oh, you have FMK up?
I do.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. Are you?
I don't even remember.
Are you
Go
gonna
ahead.
do what you did before?
I'm trying to remember what I did with before. I think the first time I played it the normal way. The second time I did something. And the third time I played Rogue, where I just had to select my choice at the first instance. Yes. And then select my choice for the second instance without knowing what the others were going to be.
Yes.
I don't remember what my second was, though.
I forget what that was. I don't know. I should have gone back and like, you know, did research. But yeah, so I figured we could do it again. But I don't know if you're familiar. I actually have been doing blind rankings with my channel lately.
Nice.
So we do blind rankings of the games. We do blind rankings of characters. So that is something that we can play tonight. But of course also FMK. And lots of really fun questions. So I'll leave it up to you, since you're my special guest. What would you like to do first? Do you want to play a game? Do you want to have a question? What would you like?
Let's start with do people are the chat is still able to redeem that FMK?
Yes.
Let's let chat have some fun with it. But yeah, go ahead and start with questions and let people go crazy.
Sounds good. All right. So, as you know, because you are in the Facebook group, I asked on Facebook to get a little bit more of a view of more Nancy Drew fans and have people who aren't necessarily always on my streams to ask you questions, because I had already had you on and asked you a lot of questions. So I got some really interesting questions from people who aren't as familiar with you or aren't familiar with me at all. So actually a lot of people wanted to know about Her Interactive's choice process for how they who pitches ideas and how ideas would become games. Do you have any insight on that for us?
Roughly. When I worked there, it was a matter of the creative design team. Mm-hmm. And that consisted of the CEO. At the time, it was Megan Geyser and then Stuart Mulder. And then the creative director, Tim Burke. And then the game designer, Kathy Reuter, and the writer, Nick Blahonka. And they would be in the room to discuss locations and types of games and mysteries. And ultimately, it was the game designer who came and formulated all the details together for it. But they all had the different perspectives that involved, what the players would actually want. What have we not done yet? What would be interesting? And so they all got together and decided then.
So it really is like those memes that we make where it's like a bunch of people sitting around a table being like, what if?
Yes, yes, it was like that back then. But for like the newer games, I think it was just 2 people. And that was the CEO and the creative. Oh gosh, she has so many different Susie O'Hara has so many different hats that she wears that I don't even know what her title is. It was between her and the CEO, Penny, who decided what would be next. And I think the Mystery of the Seven Keys, and now I can actually say it, is based on the location it was because of our experience working with the outsourced team.
Mm-hmm.
The outsourced team was kind of spread across Europe, and Austria was a big part of that.
Yeah.
And I think Penny got to visit, I think, once.
Oh, wow.
I think she did. Yeah, because she came back and was like all in excitement about Princess Elizabeth of Austria, like way back. Her nickname was Sissy, and I don't know. There was some excitement about Prague, and so that's just kind of where they landed for the next game. It made sense. We hadn't been there before, and so I'm excited to visit there too.
That's so exciting. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that is so cool. So then do people who are like, are the people who are involved in choice processes of like making these decisions, the CEO, you know, everybody, are they really familiar with the books? Do you have to be in order to work here? Or is it like a process of, hey, we need to read X amount of books before you know what you're doing? You know, like, is that something?
Absolutely not. However, the Her Interactive team has been really good about hiring people within the different departments who happen to be fans of the brand, who know the brand. And so whenever they have a question about, you know, is this on brand or is this off brand, they reach out to those people. So, you know, Indy, Rue, and Brigella, as well as, I'm trying not to say her real name, Ghost.
Yeah.
Ghost? Yeah, that's her fake name.
Yes.
They happen to know the brand really well. So they have been involved quite a bit, making sure that the Nancy Drew brand was on par. However, when it comes to like knowing anything else, it's just a matter of making good decisions about how the game should be designed and how it comes together.
Amazing. I love it. Yeah, I thought that was a really interesting question when somebody asked that. I was like, oh, that's an interesting thought. Like, if there's like prerequisites for working here.
Yeah. I mean, if you were in the marketing team, you know, like the fabulous, was it 3, 4? How many people? How many amazing girls are there?
The big 3, but turns out there's 4.
There's 4. Yeah. I knew there was 4. But if you're on the marketing team, it really helps to know the brand, like before coming in. It's not required, but it really helps.
Yeah. No, I can imagine. I've heard about Rue's experience of like badgering you guys over email to hire her. So that's.
Oh, so yes. I remember her emailing me before she joined the team.
That's so cool. That is so cool. We're all big fans of her. So, for those who are watching and listening who aren't as familiar with you, could you tell us a bit more about what your role with Her Interactive was?
Oh my goodness. It started as one thing and it turned into many things. My original role as intern was to help support the production team and the game design. So I did a lot of like little tiny things like organizing things, fetching data, doing some random sound editing for the games. And then it turned into, I was a game tester for a short time. And then which is just exactly what you think it'd be. And then I became a marketing intern, which led into marketing coordinator. And those two were the same kind of roles. I did a lot of Photoshop, video editing, web editing, newsletter creations, social media, graphic creations, video filming, of course, as well. Submitting to ESRB, creating merchandise content, creating the art that goes to merchandise content, gathering all the game assets from the games and sending them off to third-party publishers such as Steam or Big Fish Games or Wild Tangent so that they could get set up on their website to sell the game as well. So that's all what I did in that role. And then it kind of turned into something different during the process of Midnight in Salem, where I actually was a little bit more involved with the game. Which included the game testing. It included being a part of a whole bunch of meetings, discussing things like, you know, testing out the puzzles, especially making sure that the game was a little bit more balanced, which, you know, we still had a lot of quirks with that. But also calling out like opportunities for Easter eggs. And I'm sure the Fabulous Four have found ample opportunities to insert all kinds of crazy stuff, which I'm sure they're excited to share someday. But yeah, that with Midnight in Salem, I also did a whole bunch of like script review and copy editing, which we ran out of we had so much to do with that and so little time that it did not get perfected the way we wanted it to, because it was a very tricky thing when you don't know the new process of creating a game with an entirely new system and a new team, how long things are going to take to do things.
Yeah.
So we were scrambling sometimes, we were working too much on some things, and so it was just a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
And it was, it turned into a lot, it was still fun.
Yeah.
It was still fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work.
You wore a lot of hats.
A lot of hats, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know for me and for a lot of other fans, you were essentially Her Interactive for us for a long time. You were the face that we knew, you know? I mean, we all know the names, we all know who, like, the CEO was, but, like, then there was you. And you were the one who was, like, interacting with us, and that was so cool and so special.
Yeah, and I don't even remember how my vlogs came to be. Like, I don't even know where the idea came from, because we recently had the YouTube channel set up, and it was still kind of a new thing, YouTube. Kind of, like 3-4 years old.
Yeah.
And that was a thing that we were wanting to transfer First of all, it was transferring all of the game trailers into a place where people could get information and find interest in the games, but also vlogging was a very popular thing back then.
Yes.
And it took a lot of bravery on my part, my introverted parts, to film vlog videos. And when I had enough content to share, that's when I did it. Looking back at my old videos, they were so cringeworthy. I was so introverted and so shy, not to mention camera shy back then, that I would wait until everyone in the office was gone for the day and the lights were out, and I would film with a camera just straight all the way through, and then I would spend a long time editing it, all of the blank, empty gaps where I'm not saying anything, because I'm just like, did that sound right? Did I do that right? Did I say all I needed to? Wait, let me do that take again. Okay. Yeah, it was so awkward, and you can see how many edits, jump cuts were made in those early videos, but my goodness, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
But, like, I mean, obviously that was so good for you, because it really, like, trained you to be what you are now, which, by the way, is incredible.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work to be on camera. It takes a lot of practice, and then transferring that to live streaming when you can't stop and
no
like sneeze or blow your nose. And, or if there's an interruption, like, how do you handle that? Or if there's trolls in the chat, how do you handle that live? It takes a lot of energy, and so easing into it was very good to be doing the vlogs.
Yeah. Oh, Tori says she thinks that her favorite vlog is the one where you're outside playing hacky sack.
That was so fun. I remember that day. I loved that day. That was so good.
Oh, yeah, we had some people ask the question, what was your favorite thing about working at Her Interactive? And I was like, I bet if I ask her this, she's going to say hacky sack.
Hacky sack?
Yeah.
No. Hacky sack was great. It only happened like maybe once to maximum 3 times a week. But no, my favorite part was actually the walkthrough meetings.
Ooh.
Because I got to represent the marketing team and the brand when I went into the walkthrough meetings. And the walkthrough meetings were once a week. The game designer, the creative director, the writer, the CEO, and there might have been another person who came in every once in a while. I don't remember. Oh, Jean, the QA lead. They would all get into a room, and Kathy, the game designer, would have this whole Visio. It is a Visio map, but a Visio map is essentially a flowchart. So you can see how things connect to each other, and that's what we call the flags. You know, you do this, it unlocks this, and that unlocks this, and you can't do this until you've unlocked 1, 2, and 3, and so on. And what we do is that she would verbalize the playthrough. Like, this is what's happening. What would you like to do? And I will try verbally explaining, well, I have this in my inventory. I'd like to go try it on this item in this room. And she says, no, you can't do that. The door is locked. So it would be a really fun experience just trying to learn what the game... That was my way of getting to play a game without knowing anything about it.
That's so
And
wild.
it was early concept stuff. And they actually changed a few things because I learned how to play rogue. And Indy has told this story before, too. Like, for example, one time... because I'm very snoopy, and I like to snoop in the art files, even though I shouldn't have been doing that, while they were being made. So for, like, Tomb of the Lost Queen, I would go and look around the art files that were still not finished, and the Antiquities tent. That was really cool. And during one of these walkthrough meetings, Kathy was like, okay, this new tomb room is dark. You need a light. You can't go any further. So I'm like, okay, I remember seeing a lantern in the antiquities tent. Can I go back and get it? She's like, there's a lantern in the antiquities tent? And Tim, the creative director, was like, yeah. Okay, we need to put a block on that, and we need to force player to go over here to the rechargeable flashlight and make sure that they use that, because there's, you gotta observe the clue that's right there. So things like that.
Wow.
It was crazy. I learned how to play rogue, and it helped a few instances.
That is so cool, though. But, like, I mean, that's how it would be playing the game, because you're going to notice stuff and then get to the spot and be like, oh, well, I saw this lantern. Like, that's how I play, at least. So that's really cool that you were able to do that.
Yeah, I think I was a little bit of a nuisance every time I walked past the conference room, though, too, when the artists had their art meetings with the projector and their latest work up on screen. I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, same conference room.
Amazing. Oh, my gosh. But, like, seriously, you are all of us. I mean, who among us would not have been that Snoopy?
It was a dream job, and yes, I might have been annoying to some people, but it was so much fun.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we're all jealous. I just know it. For myself, I am jealous. I would have loved to have had that. Oh my goodness, that would be so cool. So, were there any challenges that you faced while working there?
Yeah, there were a lot of projects that I think were a little redundant. Excuse me, like, if we knew what we wanted to do for a certain Christmas graphic, we didn't need to make 237 versions of it just to choose one. I think if we, had more directive or a more concise idea of what we wanted to do on some projects, then we could have saved a lot of time and been working on more crucial things.
Yeah.
I think the priorities and the what's the word? The high standard that we held needed to be maintained. I think aiming for that was a challenge at times. And I think the most challenging part was when I was told that the marketing job was a 24/7 job. Anytime I was on social media, check the messages and respond. And like, I can't. I need to disconnect every once in a while.
Yeah, that's
so
rough.
that was hard.
Yeah, that sure is. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna rewind a little bit back to earlier conversation, back to thinking up game concepts. Did you ever have any ideas for games that you were able to share?
Oh goodness, I don't think I did actually. I was just excited with what they had in mind at Her Interactive. I really wanted to see a cruise ship game, honestly, and I was pushing for that. I mean, I wanted Australia to happen too, but after some of the travelers on the Her Interactive team who like to travel for hobby, they're like, Australia's boring compared to New Zealand. We should do New Zealand. I'm like, okay.
Oh, man.
Fine.
Man. If only. And if only we had gotten Ship of Shadows.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? I forget. That game that we all wanted, but we didn't get. So, is there something that you would like to see from Her Interactive in the future?
Yeah, not necessarily locations, because I like all the locations, but I would love to see a more balanced game. Balanced in primary characters getting a lot of attention, secondary characters being clearly secondary, that we don't have to worry about suspecting them too much. I would like to see puzzles and activities spread out throughout the game, instead of just clustered into one area of the game. Less dialogue, like 33% less dialogue than previous games. And I really like exploring, so large environments. That's what I like.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, please less dialogue than Midnight in Salem. That one was rough for me. I don't know about anybody else. Oh, Casey Nixon in the chat wants to know if you think that Her Interactive would ever rewrite Ship of Shadows for the main series.
Rewrite. If the team knew how to get a hold of the wiki site with information for Ship of Shadows, it could be a potential game. I mean, the art style and the engine that was built on is kind of lost to the world.
Yeah.
But I think we could easily pull from other Nancy Drew books that involve cruise ships, like Mystery of the Brass-Bound Trunk or Danger on the Great Lakes. Those would work really well.
Yeah. Yeah. There are plenty of boat-related Nancy Drew books. So, yeah, we could definitely pull from something else. Let's see. Do you have a favorite puzzle from a Nancy Drew game?
Ooh, favorite puzzle? Just one? Ooh.
I know this person was being mean.
Goodness, I like so many puzzles. I mean, I love the snack shop in mornings at Waverly Academy.
Yes.
But I could never pass up an opportunity to play a slider puzzle.
Oh.
Because I'm weird and I love slider puzzles.
Oh, me too. I love those. Whenever I know a lot of people who hate them. So I'm like, give it to me. I'll take it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Those are so fun. Do you have a favorite slider puzzle from the games?
Ooh, well, the one in the final scene was too short, too fast. I think the one that was most challenging to me was in The Silent Spy when she's in the dumpster.
That's a good one.
Mostly because that one is also timed.
Yeah, that one's intense. You know, probably a hot take, but I really loved the one in Ransom of the Seven Ships, the camel puzzle.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because you had to make the puzzle and then slide it. Like, that was a really cool puzzle.
And it was trippy because the lines kind of just psyched you out where they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was confusing at first, I think. But yeah, that was fun.
Oh, yeah, that one really got me. But it was so good. Yeah. Okay, let's find you another question. Oh, how are your twins doing, and how is your recovery going? And this person wants to wish you and your family all the best.
Oh, thank you so much. We're okay. We're still in the newborn phase, which is really hard. Yeah. Barely getting sleep at night. But they're eating and doing all the things that newborns are expected to do. I can hear my daughter crying upstairs right now. She might come down any second, so I can take her and try to help with that. She's the fussier one. And Joshua, he's turned out to be the chill one. They were the complete opposites when they first came home. So, but they're doing good. They're about 10 pounds now.
Oh, yay. That's so exciting. Oh, they're such cuties, too. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, thank you.
So, back to Her Interactive. How far in advance would Her Interactive plan plots and such for future games?
It was based upon the game designer's schedule, because the game designer would be working on 3 games at once.
Whoa!
3 games at once. She was able to keep 3 games in her head at the same time. It would be, so like the game that's currently releasing, she'd remember everything of that and help with the final touches on that one. She would be working on the currently active in production one that was still like halfway done or so, and she'd be designing and working on the start of the 3rd one in the lineup. And so she would have like 2 years worth in advance planned out. Yeah.
That's impressive.
When you release every 6 months, yeah, you're on a roll.
Yeah. Oh, we were so spoiled. We were so spoiled because, okay, so the way that it worked out was that, so my sister being 6 years older than me, like, obviously got into these at, like, a really good age for her. I was really young. I was, like, 5 when we started playing. But, she would get one for her birthday, and then she would get one for Christmas. So we had a never-ending cycle of getting a new game, and it was such a great childhood. It was so great.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, it was so wonderful. But yeah, we were spoiled. It was truly amazing. Should we take a break to play a game?
Sure.
All right, I'll let you choose. So you can play FMK. You can play it however you like, or you could do a blind ranking. What would you like to do?
What would be the rankings on?
So you can rank the Nancy Drew games, and it's like out of 5. So, ooh, she's getting a baby.
later. Your dinner.
Oh,
And that's what's best.
okay. Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
There's another new one on the floor, right in the closet right there.
I'm so
Okay.
excited. Oh,
We've got a baby girl.
oh my word.
She's very fussy.
Oh, she's so beautiful.
This is Alexandria. See if we can get her to settle down just for a second.
Oh.
I know.
my
I know, you're so
sweet
upset. You're so upset.
Oh.
You're hungry. Oh, I'm sorry. Bumping my
girl.
head.
Oh, she's so beautiful. Look at
Oh,
those
thank
cheeks.
Chubby cheeks.
Oh,
Squish, squish. Okay, let's do FMK first.
you bet. All right, so what would you like to do? I have wheels with every character, or a wheel with just the men, and a wheel with just the women. What would you like to do?
Just a minute. Oh my goodness. Let's do the men.
Let's do it. My favorite wheel. I always say that. I'm always like, I shouldn't have a favorite wheel, but I really like this wheel.
And I think I would like to play it rogue blind.
Let's do
That
it.
I have to make a decision on the spot for who I'm doing. So what does FMK stand for?
Fight, marry, kiss.
Fight, marry, kiss. Okay,
Yes,
got
I
it.
cleaned it up for Twitch. All right, so I will give you a character, and you're just going to choose.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds
What am I going to do with that person?
All right. Oh, this is so fun because there's literal murderers on this list.
What?
All right. I really need to speed this wheel up. I keep forgetting to do that.
The anticipation.
I know. It takes so long. I know that they're, like, I have done it in the past that you can, like, make it, like, it only spins for, like, 3 seconds, and I just haven't done that yet, and I really need to. Ooh, okay. Your first guy is going to be Tex Britton.
Yes.
Ah, he's a good one. There's been a lot of Tex love on the internet lately. Everyone in the chat, make sure you're playing along. You have to do it rogue like she is. All right, next guy, oh no, is Jason Danforth.
Fight.
Right choice. That was the correct choice.
Who am I going to marry?
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. This could be awful.
Everybody so far has agreed with you, except for Tori, who is marrying Tex.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's all good. You can have him. He's a great guy.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Who did I marry?
You're
Who did I marry?
Lucas Middlemeyer. Dang.
That's not legal.
I think I've got to give you a reroll.
Oh my goodness.
Because that is
No.
called a crime. Hang on.
Wow.
Let's see who she's
No, that's
actually-
okay. It's okay.
No.
Oh goodness. Okay. Just watch. It's gonna be Shorty Thurmond.
That would still be a step up. Oh no, this is way better. Wade
What
Thornton.
is it? I'll take it.
Yes.
Wade Thornton. Yes, I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it.
Oh, I love me some Wade. All right, good game. Good game.
awesome.
Oh, Tori would fight Lucas, she says. That's
Wait, good
great.
point, Maggie. When did the game come out?
Oh,
Was it 2012? 2013? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
It's been so long, you
It has
guys.
been a long time, but if he was like, how old was he supposed to be?
He's supposed to be like 8 or 10
Okay. So he'd be legal by now.
by now.
But like the thing is that
10 more years.
Nancy never ages though. So why would anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll adopt him.
There you go. There you go. Charity says if you have to make it legal on a technicality. Oh my gosh. All right, let's do some more questions. Is there a Nancy Drew inspired merch item that you would really love to make one day?
Too many. Oh my goodness, I have way too many ideas and not enough time. I'm not going to tell you what my big project is right now because it has potential for actually coming into real life. It is a real life puzzle, 3D, using my 3D printer.
Can't wait.
So I'm not going to talk about that one because it's really close to being printed, and I will reveal it on a game stream when I get around to that.
Amazing. Can't wait.
Other things I would love to make someday. I'd love to have one of those big wood laser cutter machines. They're like thousands of dollars.
Yeah, they're
I would like to make the pyramid puzzle from White Wolf Icicle Creek and Message in Haunted Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to make the wood tiled inlay puzzle from Message in Haunted Mansion as well.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh, there's so many other things I'd like to do. I'd like to figure out how to. Well, I'm not going to be into ceramics anytime soon, but making a carousel horse on a stand that
cool.
people could paint themselves.
Oh, how cool would that be?
That would be so fun. Let's see. Oh gosh, there's so many other ideas. I've got this whole list. I want to make a lot more jewelry.
Yes, please.
I have not yet gotten into resin molding yet, but one of the resin molded charms I want to make by hand is the Fun Day Sunday from Haunted Carousel. Cool. And I want to use resin to help. Wow, you smell. Is that your problem? Because you smell. Yeah, using resin to make the clear glass around it, and then polymer clay to fill it with the ice cream.
Cool.
Yeah, a secret puzzle box. I want to do that so bad. Kind of like the Curse of Blackmore Manor box that's in the blue room, Nancy's room.
Yes. Oh,
the astrology one.
It would be amazing.
Make that. Yeah, I want to get into making more puzzles and definitely more like journals and stuff.
Yes, take my money, please. So, like, I don't know about other fans, but this is, like, what I want. You know, I want, like, things from the games in real life. You know, I've got enough t-shirts, you know, like, I've got enough of, like, that type of stuff. I want, like, the boxes. I want the art, you know, like, oh, I love that so much. So, yes, you can just have all my money.
Yeah, no, the astrology lady is public domain from the slider puzzle in box safe in the basement of the final scene.
Oh, Alphonse Mucha's
yes.
The Zodiac.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that one is public domain. I threw that onto a puzzle design, so you can get the jigsaw puzzle of it.
I saw that. That's amazing.
And I'm working on a shadow box where it's just the black and white line art, and you turn on the lights behind it, and then it's full color with that picture.
That's so cool.
And I think there was like a third thing I was doing with that art, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, I think that was another thing I wanted to do with a woodcutter. I wanted to paste that picture on to make it the slider puzzle that was in the final scene.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hi.
That would be so cool. I love that. I actually have that art on my wall over here, and then I printed it out and, like, pasted it onto a box that I had painted, so I have, like, the box, quote-unquote, from Final Scene.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, so good. So good. Let's see. What's another question for you?
He's
Do
making
you
faces
have a favorite snack?
Chocolate chip cookies.
Ooh, good choice. Mm-hmm.
Can never turn down a chocolate chip cookie.
Good choice. I actually keep those in stock in my house, like homemade ones. You can get the packages of, like, pre-made dough.
Yes.
And then just, like, throw them in the oven, and 15 minutes later you have delicious soft chocolate chip cookies. Those keep me alive sometimes.
Absolutely. And late night, feeding children here.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little snack.
Oh yes. Oh yes. You gotta have cookies around while you're breastfeeding, especially. Like.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
You guys are mostly on bottles now.
That's nice.
So I could pass the buck and have other people feed ya. So I can get sleep.
That's so nice.
Yeah, but there's 2 kids, so we have to, tag team. You take a kid, I take a kid.
Man, if only. I only had one, and it was like all on me.
It's hard work.
It is. John was
All
like,
moms
well,
know.
you're the one with the milk. I was like, I could bottle it.
Right, I could do anything to pass it on to you so you can have the responsibility.
Please let me sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Okay, what's another question? Do you have a favorite Disney movie?
101 Dalmatians, the animated movie.
Good choice.
That was one of my childhood first movies, and it's been a hallmark for me ever since. It's just my comfort movie.
I love that. That's such a good movie.
Second choice would probably be The Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, my favorite.
I've never heard a theater audience laugh as hard as they did during that movie.
That's such a great movie. Oh my gosh.
I think you're stinky. You're stinky. Yeah.
Oh, she's so precious. This is not helping my baby fever, just so you know.
the socks on her hands because she keeps, scratching herself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I just trimmed your fingernails too, but it still happens. She scratched her brother in the head the other day. She's like,
yeah, no, I understand. Liam still does it sometimes. And he's not even in the newborn nail phase anymore, he's 2.5, but if I take too long to do his nails, he'll wake up from his nap with a scratch on his face.
oh, poor thing.
It never ends. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a perfect question for this particular conversation. What's your favorite thing about being a mom?
Ooh, getting to play with the childhood toys with my kids all over again. Yes. You know how much fun I have with the wooden trains, the wooden train tracks and trains like Thomas the Train and stuff?
Yes.
I have more fun setting up the track for them to play with it than I do playing the choo-choo trains all the way around.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other thing is really introducing the kids to new things that they never thought about or heard about before. Like introducing my firstborn when he was old enough to eat, giving him a chocolate chip cookie for the first time and seeing his reaction. Awesome. Also giving my kids a lemon for the first time to see their reaction was also great.
The best.
Things like that.
Yeah.
We are hoping to, because our boys are really into monster trucks, we're hoping we could nab some babysitters for the twins because the spring fair is coming up and they're going to have monster truck rally.
That's cool.
We've got to get some headsets for the boys to cover their ears for the noise, but maybe we'll get to take the boys to monster truck rally.
Oh, that's
I'm excited for it.
Oh, I love that. I love that you said that because, I always tell people that I feel like I didn't grow up. Not that I didn't grow up, that I didn't grow out of my desire to play with toys. Not that I can play anymore, but I love setting it up for Liam and then being like, here you go, here, like you said, the train track, or I got him a Blue's Clues house with the little characters, and I love to set up the furniture and it's so fun. There's just so much joy there, and his little face with a new toy, and he goes, wow. It's just so fun, and introducing him to movies is so much fun, except he's really into Toy Story right now, and I showed him the first and second one, and that was great. Only then I was like, oh, now we have to watch the third one. I don't remember what happens in the third one, and that was just today, and I was in tears. I was like, we're not watching this one again. But it's
that one's is so bittersweet and it has the best ending, and it's love it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's goodness. Just being a mom is just so many joys, so many hardships, but so many joys. Oh, look at the little one. She's got such a sweet little face. So, next question is, how did you decide on your name being Little Jackalope?
I got that question a lot over the years.
Yeah.
It's silly, really. So when I was an intern at Her Interactive, we were working on Tale of the Twister. One sec. And the jackalope thing came up, and I'm like, I love jackalopes. So when I transferred over to marketing coordinator, I was told it's tradition to pick a pseudonym for the blog. I'm like, okay, I'm a very short person. I like jackalopes, so it's going to be a little jackalope. Commemorating my start at Her Interactive.
I love it. Is there a name that, like, you considered besides that you almost went by?
I almost went by my message board username, which is Misty. MYSTY. I almost did that one.
Yeah.
But it was kind of encouraged for me to follow the trend of like the last two people. Something about sleuth, or I think a few people called themselves sleuth in some sort of way, like novel sleuth. I forget the person before that. Like, let's make it interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, how would you encourage girls who want to get involved in Her Interactive game design creation, like specific classes, activities, interests, anything that would help them?
Yeah, well, there's a few different avenues that you could take, but if you wanted to get into Her Interactive now, it's very specific. It helps if you've already made a game.
Yeah.
Because having the experience of making a game was kind of essential to working on this next game. However, the Fabulous Four, they were more knowledgeable in the brand and represented the game with marketing. But I would highly recommend toying around with Unity. Learning Unity, you can do it for free, learn it with YouTube videos online, or Unreal, especially Unity though, because Her Interactive favors Unity.
Yeah.
To learn some basic coding, and you can do that while doing Unity. Also understanding, sometimes it helps to understand, if you want to go for the artistic round, you could get into After Effects, all of the other animation softwares out there. I think you can still do it all in Unity as well. It's very encompassing. Not doing anything with Her Interactive at the moment, but I do still work for Xbox Game Pass, and in my free time, which is very little because I've got 4 kids now, I am working on like merchandise stuff for my shop, and I only recently started getting back into live streaming on Mondays last week. But yeah, I am doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, someday when I'm not as so busy with these guys, I would like to learn Unity or Unreal and start designing my own game someday.
Yeah.
Just for the experience of it.
Do you think you would ever go back to Her Interactive, or would you start your own?
I would definitely start my own, just to get started on it and work, in my own pace, in my own time, in my own way, and go through all the challenges and mistakes first. Because I would not want to bring a sloppy mistake production person to the team again, because I have high standards.
Yeah.
And Her Interactive, well, they used to have high standards. I'm not sure what it is now. I think it's not so much high standard. It's more like a very narrow opening to get in again.
Yeah.
I would return to Her Interactive under very specific circumstances. But yeah, we'll see what the future has.
Yeah. Are you comfortable talking a little bit about why you left, or is that like something we need to not talk about?
I left because I don't want to say I was burnt out, but I was definitely getting overworked, and it was kind of funneling into my personal life.
Yeah.
And I was also not being challenged in the same way I had once been challenged in. Like, I'd learned everything that I could have possibly learned in the role I had. I applied myself for a more advanced role, but I was turned down twice. So I'm like, and if they don't start taking my extra help in the ways that they needed the help, because I kind of saw the help that they needed, if they didn't start taking my help that I had to offer, then I was at a dead end.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing here? I'm just kind of slaving away with what's in front of me. So that's why I left. Plus, I needed to get more challenge, and so I took an Xbox job, and I'm able to support my family more.
Good.
And at the end of the day, cut it off and go home and be home and separate the two, which is a very healthy thing to do.
That is super healthy. Yeah, I'm really glad to hear it. Oh my goodness. So, I mean, that makes it, like, all the more exciting to play the game for the first time, I guess, if you haven't worked on it extensively.
Not extensively, but before I left Her Interactive, I was privy to a few meetings, and I knew generally what the mystery was about. I actually wrote out the very first, what is it called? The flow chart. I just said it earlier. The first flow chart in Visio. It wasn't Visio, it was a different program, but it was a flow chart showing how the game was currently linear, so we needed to rework it a little bit. Hopefully they did.
Yeah.
But I know all the characters. I know who the culprit is. I know where the puzzles are. I know what the animation scenes are. I know a lot, but of course I can't say anything.
Oh my gosh. I know. I wish I could. I have so many things in my head that I'm like, I wish I could ask her this, but I'm not going to ask her.
Okay, I can kind of tease one thing, and I hope I'm not going to get into trouble for this. It's a tease of a tease, so
Okay.
I should not get into trouble for this.
Okay, go for
If
it.
anyone wants to hear it, I'll keep it exclusive to Susie's channel so that they have to come back and learn this.
Oh my gosh.
Another character has been teased out that you have not seen yet.
Really?
And that character's outfit was showcased by
Oh.
Indy.
The trench coat.
So if you... Yes.
The trench coat and the boots. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm so glad that you said this because I thought I was insane. Because I was like, hey everyone, there's this character that like that's not Hans, all right? I was like, I mean, maybe it's Hans, but I don't know.
No, I know who Hans is. Don't get too excited about Hans. Hans is a secondary character.
He's a small human.
Yeah.
A small human. Yeah, look, and she stinks.
Did she poop?
Yes.
This is when you pivot into mom and you teach everyone how to change a diaper.
Oh my gosh. She's so cute.
I've been trying to get Sue to get into the momfluencer stuff for years.
Look at her cheeks.
Squishy cheeks.
Oh.
Squish, squish. Squish, squish.
Let me know.
Yeah, she is the cutest. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, why don't we wrap this up with a game or two, and then we can let you go so you can change a diaper and, you know, get some rest.
She's giving me the look.
That's side eye. Oh my goodness. She's so precious. Oh,
I'm sorry. I said you stank on stream. It's gonna be. Remember, don't worry. You can make up for it later. See, say hello to the people.
Amazing. Oh, she's so cute. I just can't get over her little face. Oh my word. All right. So, do you want to do FMK again, or do you want to do a blind ranking?
Ooh, let's do a blind ranking.
All right. Would you like to rank games or characters?
Games. Let's do games.
Let's do games. All right. This one gets so dangerous. And also the wheel is never kind. So.
Oh dear.
All right. So the way that this works is we're going to give you 5 games, and 1 is the best and 5 is the worst, and after each one you just have to decide where on the list it goes.
Okay.
Everyone in chat, make sure you're playing along.
I might need to write this down.
I can write it down for you if you need.
Okay.
You got it?
I got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good.
All right. Let's see. So your very first game... Oh, the wheel just got really fast. Wow. Your very first game that you need to rank is... That was almost really dangerous. Oh my goodness. There's a good one. The Legend of the Crystal Skull.
Ooh, 2.
It's a good one. Amazing. Alright, let's get you another one. Everyone in the chat is answering. 2, 3, 2.
Cry is great. I agree. It's Lucasra.
Yeah. It's such an underrated one, I feel like. I feel like we all love it, but we all forget that we love it.
Yep.
Yeah. 3. Okay. All right, and our next one is Secret of Shadow Ranch.
1. That's number 1.
That's one of the best ones there is.
I know.
Oh my
I
word.
still haven't. Ooh, careful, girl. I still haven't done a game ranking review video on my own channel yet. I've been meaning to do that forever.
Oh, I would love to see that. Excuse me, 4? What are you doing with your life? I'm sorry. You're allowed to have your opinions even if they're wrong, but Shadow Ranch at number 4? Dang. You like it, but you've seen it so many
You
times,
like what you like.
Yeah. You don't like chores.
Oh.
You know what, y'all? I actually, that's fair.
Yeah, that is fair.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Oh,
2 for
Shaz
you,
2.
Emma.
It's objectively good, it's just not for you. That is totally fair. Totally
Yep.
fair. Alright, so the Shattered Medallion.
I'm gonna put that one at 4.
Okay. There's something you hate more than Shattered Medallion.
Only if it shows up.
Oh, what if your actual favorite shows up for number 5? That would be sad. Alright, let's see. 5. Lots of 5s. So many 5s. Here's a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are probably right. I probably should have put it at 5.
Too late. Alright. Shadows at the Water's Edge.
3. That one would have been up highest for me. That would have been number 1.
Man. At
Oh
least
boy,
it's not number 5.
It's not number 5, no. Oh boy. What is going to end up being placed as the worst game? Oh dear. Don't be a good one.
Let's see. 2, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1. Yeah, 1. Lots of 1s for Saw.
Little Mystery, I'm afraid, too.
Oh my gosh. What's it gonna be?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Okay. It's the Haunted Carousel.
I like that one.
Sad.
Okay.
That's a solid game.
Yeah, that's the one I recommended the most for young players to get into to start with. Yeah.
That's like when
I would have done this. Go ahead.
when I eventually introduce my son to the games, I'm probably going to start him with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not scary. It's colorful. It's musical. It's cute. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, such a good one.
Well,
That's pretty
yeah,
accurate.
it is what it is.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was good. The wheel actually wasn't terrible.
Not too bad.
The
Not
trailer
too
made the
bad.
game seem very scary though. Yes, it did, but
Yeah.
the trailers were always so good. And then like the game came out and I was like, "Wait, this isn't what I thought it was going to be."
Right.
Yeah. I was just talking about that with Carter a couple nights ago. We were playing Shadow Ranch together. And we've got to the end and the trailer is obviously for Blackmore Manor and none of the artwork in that trailer is in the game. Like,
Right.
yeah, which is so wild.
Yeah.
But it was so cool.
Those
Oh,
are fun
little
times.
baby. All right. Well, we are going to let you go so you can go do mommy things. But
Thanks everyone for participating in the stream, and good to see all you friends.
yes, thank you, Calina, so much for joining me. I mean, I had just messaged her, you guys, like 2 weeks ago maybe, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, how are you? I've missed chatting with you. Would love to have you on the stream again." She goes, "Okay, how about March 18th?" And I was like, "All right."
Well, it happened to be during my stream hour that I already have like allotted in my schedule. Unfortunately, I didn't have childcare today, like after all, like I was planning. But that's okay. We got a guest.
That's totally fine. She's the
But yeah,
cutest
no,
guest
I've
I've ever
been.
had.
She's so fussy because she's got something in her pants.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I've been secretly lurking in the background for the past few months, anyways. So I'm just glad to be participating now again.
Yeah, it's so lovely to see you again and watch your streams again, and just kind of have you back in the worlds of Nancy Drew.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to playing the new game, and I'm looking forward to making time to set up some stuff for a great big stream with Hugh
Yes.
in 2 weeks.
Yes.
When's April 1st? Is that 2 weeks from now? Or is that
I
3?
want to say yes, 2 weeks.
Oh, I've got no time at all. Okay.
All right. Well, we will see you then, and I'm sure next Monday as well. But thank you again so much for joining, and thank you everyone for all of your amazing questions. I'm sorry I didn't get to all of them. We wanted to keep this one pretty short. But you all just gave so many amazing questions. So thank you so much for all of you and all of your ideas. And just thank you, Calina, for being amazing. And thank
Absolutely.
you to little baby for being so cute. Do you have any parting words for us, Calina?
Stay sleuthy. No, that's the wrong one. Stay beautiful.
There you go. I love it. All right. Thank you all
Thanks,
for
guys.
joining me, and have a great rest of your evening. Bye.